What up, everybody? How's your 2012 so far? Mine? Simply glorious. And reason being, well, let me congratulate myself for successfully retaining the Gulf Coast Power Pro Wrestling Heavyweight title this past weekend. Now, my opponent was Nate Laws, and Nate, I'm going to give you credit where credit's due. You really brought it. You brought your A game. You were on top of things. You brought your friends and family to come watch you win the Gulf Coast Power Pro Wrestling Heavyweight title, and you had me on the ropes. You had me, but then you gave me a split second, and man, wouldn't you know it, sexy kick put you down. And not only did you go down, but your chances of another GCPPW heavyweight title shot probably went down with them. Now, but don't feel too bad. You know, when the match concluded, I mean, you gotta admit, you were able to mark out. And I know you probably felt good about yourself afterwards. I know all the fans felt good watching you succumb to it. And funny, you know, being the champ at GCPPW, I want to set a certain standard. And I told the fans earlier in the night that I was going to bring about the mark out era and give them a reason, give them entertainment, give them a show that they will always remember. And I was about to do that. And Nate was going to be my volunteer to help me create this art, give these fans quite the performance. And then out comes Rockstar Robbie to ruin the fun. Now, Rockstar, you and I are buddies, and maybe you're coming out to congratulate me. I don't know. I don't know. But then you held up the title, and it makes me think that you got a target. And I am your target. And I'm going to say this. You and I are friends. You know, we go way back. I got no beef with you. However, I didn't have beef with you the last time you and I were in the ring together. And I know you don't remember what happened, but ask your buddies what happened. All I can say is you missed a show, and well, there you go. And you're probably still not quite all up there. So just keep that in mind. Enough about last weekend. I mean, I successfully retained my title, but, you know, we're talking about the Lucha Lounge, the place where everyone comes and visits and gives me their feedback and tells me what they want to talk about and talks about stuff and gives video responses and comments and all of that. That's the place. So I appreciate all of you who do take the time to listen and do take the time to watch and do take the time to comment, do take the time to subscribe, and do take the time to like me on Facebook or be my friend on Facebook or what have you, or those who come up to me and talk to me and tell me, you know, what big fans they are of the show. I do appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And I'm sorry that this is delayed, but hey, it's better late than never. I had a plan and time. It just it seems to escape me sometimes. I mean, working full-time and training, and I've been doing Insanity the Asylum, and that has been beyond insane. I thought Insanity was hard. Insanity the Asylum is way harder, and I'm in recovery week, but not really, because I'm still working out in the gym on top of doing the Insanity Asylum or Insanity, which I'm going to do some kind of hybrid and include weightlifting, including stretching. You know, I feel great. I felt great in my match. You know, I didn't feel anything. I felt probably the best I've felt since making my return, so that's good. I'm feeling pretty positive. But with all that, it's hard to find time to really come up with videos. But my plan is to come up with a video or do a video, release a video, at least, you know, the week of a show. And now I missed the week of Gulf Coast. I was just really busy. Sorry about that. But this weekend, I will be wrestling. I will be wrestling in Seguin, Texas at the Seguin Activity Center for TWF. I will be making my return once again. I returned there in December and faced the champ and pinned him with the sexy kick. It was a non-title affair. January I had a scheduling conflict. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I know that Wallace Gordon is the champ, and him and Jacobs Pliskin, I think, have an issue. So I don't know where I fit with that. And I'm not real sure, and honestly, I don't care who I'm facing. You know, I'm there to give the fans a show, and at the same time prove that when you mention championship contenders or guys that should be on top of that list, that you look no feather. I mean, my goal is to win gold everywhere I perform, everywhere that I do shows, everywhere that I wrestle. I want to win gold because I believe that if you win gold in every place, people are going to start to take more notice. And that is very important to me because I want to get noticed, obviously. Speaking of getting noticed, you know, I also want to get myself over. And speaking of getting myself over, behind the curtain, Jay has got a lot of work. He's doing a lot of different things, not just behind the curtain. We did do the Dubstep Wrestling Remix video, which was our best of 2011. We had most recently gone to NWA Houston to film parts for our new, some new segments for Behind the Curtain. We did get some interviews. I mean, I got to sit down, you know, stand and interview the Breaking Point, the NWA Lone Star tag champs. I got to, Mike Dell and I got to talk some. I got to talk to Bolt Brady a little bit about some stuff that's going on with him. Got to talk to the Crusaders, which I will say are probably the most entertaining duo out there, period. Point blank, anywhere. They're probably the most entertaining. It was great to see those guys. I always have fun even just getting to be in the conversation with them, so it was fun that. And I also got to sit down with the new NWA Texas Heavyweight Champion, Scott Summers, and we have all that. I talked to him about a variety of topics, him and his match with Rachel Summerlin and being champ and you know, just a variety of things, and it was pretty good sit down one I had been wanting to do. We also got put in Sign Guy's Corner, which that video's out as well. Both NWA Houston and Sign Guy both have put it out, so it's on Facebook and it's on YouTube, so go ahead and check that one out. And then we also did Wrestling News Source. We got interviewed by them, and I want to appreciate, you know, let me back up a little bit. I want to thank Tony Brooklyn for the invite to NWA Houston. That was really nice of him. And I also want to thank Chaz Taylor and Tugboat Taylor for being so hospitable and being so welcoming, as well as the rest of the locker room. You know, that show was pretty solid overall. I got to sit kind of in the audience and watch it, which is really what I wanted to do. And I got to reunite with some old friends. I'm Dirty, Paul, Sean, Monica. I mean, I got to sit by them, you know, pretty vocal people. But I got to see some people I hadn't seen in a while, and you know, that was really cool. So again, I want to thank Tony Brooklyn, Tugboat Taylor, Chaz Taylor, and the rest of the NWA Houston crew for graciously making us feel welcome. But we also were interviewed by Wrestling News Source, and I want to thank Doug, Tyler, and Danny for taking the time. They're big fans of mine, as well as big fans of Behind the Curtain, and we appreciate their support. They're always plugging us. I say, you know, that's one of the websites I go to get my information about mainstream stuff that I'm not too aware of. I like a lot of the columns, and I like the interviews. You know, I get any chance I get to listen to them, I do. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out. I know if you go to the archives, you can listen to me and Jay talk about Behind the Curtain. Some of the stuff that we want to do, namely expanding the time. We want to kind of go to 22 minutes just because it's the next transition. We want to add some more segments and include more people in the project overall. So when Season 1, Episode 1, because 2011 was kind of Season 0, Season 1, Episode 1 comes out, I will definitely be letting everyone know about it, because it should be a pretty cool deal. Let's see, what else? Like I said, every week I'm going to try to put out a video, especially if I'm doing stuff, you know, especially if I'm performing, or, you know, I say performing because to me it's a performance. I'm being somebody, but at the same time I want to look good doing it. Looking as good as I can. Look, the beard's back. I know a lot of you missed it. And for those who like the clean-shaven look, well, at the end of the day, it's my face. I don't know. I like it. Who knows? I'll probably change it up at some point. You know, there's so much going on, man. You know, TV, watching Justified, Thursday Night Lineup. I caught up, not really caught up. I'm on, I just wrapped up season 3 of Sons of Anarchy, so don't give me any spoilers, I don't want to know. I'm trying to watch Shameless. I was given the DVD to view. I need to view that. Just gotta find time, you know, you think I'm behind on those shows? I'm way behind on Dexter. I'm like 2 seasons behind on that. Walking Dead coming out soon. I'm excited to see that. I have not seen How I Met this year yet. I haven't. There's a lot of shows I haven't seen, but that's a show that I was watching pretty regularly, and I'm not watching as much now. It's kind of like, well, we'll let some of them build up. Reading. I'm reading books. I actually started looking at a reading list. There's Mad Men, one of my all-time favorite shows, and I'm well caught up with that. I love that world to a degree, but they have like a summer reading list, you know, mainly for fans, so that, you know, if books are referred to during episodes or something like that. And there is, if you go up Mad Men summer reading list, you can pretty much find it. I think amctv.com or AMC, that website will let you know what the list is. I recently finished reading Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence, which was, when it came out, was banned by the UK and the US for some provocative language and some, you know, pretty downright quote-unquote offensive language. It was a good read. I'm now reading Exodus by Leon Uris. I'm just getting into that. My goal is to read a book a month when I have time, on top of everything else that I have going on. So there you go. I've been in the movies, obviously, but I saw a girl with the dragon tattoo, and I was pretty impressed with that. I haven't seen the original. I would probably like to watch it, even though I think I've tried to watch it on Netflix, and with the subtitles, it's just, I have to sit down and watch it. But I enjoyed it. I did like that movie. I also liked Haywire, with an all-star cast: Antonio Banderas, Michael Douglas, Ewan McGregor, directed by Steven Soderbergh, and Gina Carano. And anyone who knows me, that is my celebrity. Hands off! Hands off! No, I'd just like to meet Gina, just so I could see where she is to me. It would make my fantasy complete. Anyway, but yeah, I love the action, and the action seemed pretty, you know, realistic, and man, whoa, you know, I just wanted to be a villain in that, just so she could beat me up. Is that so weird? Is that so weird? What else? What else? What else? I'm going to go see Chronicle this weekend. It is Super Bowl weekend. I'm probably going to go see it tomorrow. I've loved all the TV spots. I think it's a really interesting subject so far. I'm interested to see what it looks like. I mean, the special effects seem pretty cool. As I said, I have a show this Saturday, and then the Super Bowl this Sunday. Oh yeah, wrestling, mainstream wrestling. Let me cover the first. Ring of Honor I do watch. I am a member of their website so that I can watch the weekly episodes, but I don't watch them enough. And I haven't gotten any of their pay-per-views, but who knows? I may start watching more regularly and watching that, and who knows? That could become something that I review at the end of the year. Impact, I want to like it. It seems better. It seems better in some respects. Some of the storylines seem better. I don't mind Bobby Roode as champ. I don't mind James Storm. I don't even mind Jeff Hardy because I see the reaction that he gets. I don't necessarily think that he should be where he's at, but hey, man, he gets a reaction, and sometimes that's better than nothing. He's one of the few guys there that gets just such a reaction from regardless of who the crowd is. But I like James. I think their feud, James and Bobby's going to be the feud. And I am interested to see where Alex Shelley and Austin Aries go. And how that's going to be. But I don't think I'll get the pay-per-view. Who knows? Maybe I'll go catch it at a friend's. So yeah, that's Impact. WWE Rumble was alright. I do like Daniel Bryan as this kind of manipulative heel and his evolution. He seemed very comfortable on the mic, which is good. Punk as champ, I like Punk as champ. I don't care what the ratings are because honestly, who cares? I think they're probably improving because they can book the show in such a way and still keep him champ, and I think he should be champ. I was probably like a lot of people, the head scratching Divas match. I don't know. I think, well, Karma coming out at the Rumble was cool. That was definitely a cool spot. You know, her eliminating Michael Cole and then Unico and, you know, Dolph Ziggler taking it like a champ. Taking it. Proving. Take it. Take the move. Taking the move from Awesome Kong. Pretty awesome. But, you know, here's hoping her and Beth, which I think what's going to happen at WrestleMania. And the Rumble was all right. There were enough moments. A friend of mine, Wally, had mentioned that they felt like it was the B team that was out there. And that might be right. I don't know if that's a good or necessarily bad thing. That they didn't have like Cena and Kane and you know, Henry wasn't out there. I mean, there were a couple of guys that weren't there that you would have thought should have been in there. Some of the surprises were cool. I was okay with the announced team. You figured the announced team was all going to be involved in some form or facet. I didn't have a real big problem with it. I liked Ricardo's stuff coming out in the Datsun or the Nissan. The car, the broken down car, it was a nice touch. Sacco versus the Cobra. Yeah, I loved it. I don't know, you know, when Jericho came out and then he started bumping, I had my concerns because I've liked the Jericho push so far. Like, I've liked the story because it's been different, you know. The fact that he's engaging the fans through body language and pointing at them and working them so much like a face that, you know, people don't know what to make of it because they're thinking he's going to be a face. And regardless of what he does, he's going to get cheered. And then when he said, you know, the world, as you know, it's coming to an end or something like that. I thought, okay, you know. But then he started bumping, and then he didn't win, and I was in a room full of people that were expecting him to win and were shocked that Sheamus won because there was no build-up for Sheamus. But I think that's partly the point, is to have a guy that you wouldn't necessarily expect win the Rumble. That was unique, and it does set the stage for something. I mean, probably Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, I would think, but who knows? They got an Elimination Chamber coming up, so it's kind of like a moot point. Whoever wins it, it's, well, okay, here's these Elimination Chambers, and what's going to come out of that? Here's hoping it is Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, but again, I don't want to speculate just yet. I'll speculate later because I don't even think I would get Elimination Chamber. I don't know. I doubt it. I'll hear about it. That'll be enough. Let's see what else. I like Brodus Clay. I like the gimmick, the Funkasaurus. I was like a lot of people probably, it reminds me of Flash Funk, and it's kind of like Godfather-ish, and it's kind of like Dusty Rhodes, and it's like all these parts of people, you know. It kind of is the Cat Miller, and you know, it's very formulaic, his matches, you know, for a little bit there, they were kind of the same match, same exact everything. And I think that was a way of conditioning the crowd to kind of, to buy into it. You know, I was thinking like Bob Sapp too, you know, because I've seen Bob Sapp's stuff in Japan, the dancing and whatnot. And I'm okay with it. I was entertained with it, and somebody called my mom, and I think, it's funny, I have a friend who resembles him. I'm not going to say his name, but if you saw him, and you know, if you see him, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like, man, I feel bad for you. Because they're going to ask you to do the dance at some point, if they haven't already. Like I said, I like Jericho. I like Ziggler and Punk as far as a feud. I'm still kind of lukewarm on the Punk Laurinaitis thing, because I do know that it resembles McMahon and Austin. But that's a great feud. Austin McMahon's a great feud. And, I mean, if you're going to emulate it, and if anyone's going to emulate it, I guess you get the guys who did it first. Yeah, as long as they do like an NWO faction, I think we'll be okay. You know, they've done the Montreal screw job a few times, so I could see why they would want to do this, and he is a point of authority, and he's a guy that people hate, so they will like Punk, and I think that's the reasoning behind it. I think if they had done it with Triple H to some extent, it may not have worked, because even though Hunter's a great heel, there's still those instances of him being with DX and what he's done through the years, and kind of the respect. And unless you, what they try to do initially is, you know, kind of go behind the scenes, so to speak. At the same time, I mean, yeah, it splitted the crowd, and I think this is probably better. You know, I heard the reaction with the Go Home show, and I thought, wow, that was pretty well done. I mean, it really falls on Punk to be more, you know, so charismatic and so passionate and so physical, you know, just to outshine Laurinaitis, which, you know, isn't hard, because Laurinaitis isn't doing anything physical, and he seems pretty bland on the mic and so on and so forth, and he's genuinely not liked by a lot of people. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Again, I'm okay with Jericho. I don't necessarily want to see Taker and Hunter for a third time. No, I don't want to see that. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe because I wanted to see Brock and Taker. I thought, oh, that'd be great. Or Jericho and Taker. Oh, that would be awesome. Or Muta Taker. Oh, my God. Or Sting Taker. Oh, what could have been. I don't know, you know, no offense to Hunter, but Hunter said it himself. There's no one left for him to face. No one else poses a challenge. He said this last year. He said the same thing to Taker. Taker said kind of the same thing. There's no one left to face. No one left to defeat, I guess. And, you know, man, I do remember that in the promos last year. But I don't know. I don't necessarily know if I want to see it. Is it going to ruin the show? No. No, it's not going to ruin the show. It's all about Rock and Cena. And I don't even get into Zack Ryder breaking his back, and what does that mean, and why did his back have to be broke, and why. And Kane, really, if you want to have him embrace the hate, just go after his dad. Go after Cena's dad, or go after his family, and call him a Yankee, and let him. Then he might embrace the hate. He's embraced it before. So all this so that he can face Rock. Really, you're preparing him for the Rock? I don't know. So yeah, again, the dates for February and March that I do have, it looks like I'm going to be wrestling at least 3 times each month, which is great. And I do have a couple of weeks off here and there. And if you're a promoter or a worker or whatnot, and you want to have me put on a show, you want to get me booked on a show, you can message me on Facebook, or you've got all my information on there. If you want me to come consult for a show, or host a seminar, or you host a seminar and I come and kind of give my words of wisdom, I can do that, or however. I'm open to suggestions. Also, you know, for any fans out there, any workers out there, bookers, managers, valets, fans, people new to the business, people that are old to the business, however, you know, people who love the business, people who hate the business, people who want to debate, all of that. If you have questions, feel free to ask me questions. I do not have a problem answering them. I've left that open before. And if I get some, I will answer them. If I get 1 or 2, maybe I'll answer them every week. Again, Facebook, comment, whatever, however, just send me something. This Saturday, again, I'll be at TWF in Seguin, Texas, at the Seguin Activity Center. And then February 11th, I will be in Galveston, where TASW will be making their return to Galveston for the first time in 14 years. They'll be at the Knights of Columbus Arena. And it will be me and the TASW Heavyweight Champion, Mysterious Q, taking on the Tag Team Champions of Rockstar Robbie, there you are, buddy, and Ruthless Ryan Davison, an old friend. So, gonna be kind of bittersweet. But hey, and then on the 25th, once again, Gulf Coast Power Pro Wrestling, where I will probably be defending my title. And if not, I'm sure someone, or maybe I'll call someone who, you never know. Last GCPPW show we did have Matt Cross of International and Tough Enough fame, and he took on Jojo Bravo, who last time I saw Jojo, man, had gotten his bottom eyelid like torn off at a ACW, the ACW Guilty by Association 6 show. But he looked good. I mean, they did some amazing work, and I heard their match was really well done, and people liked it. I didn't get a chance to see it. I was stretching and whatnot, so who knows, maybe I'll get to check that out. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, at the end of this video I'll post, like I said, my February, March dates, and they'll of course be on either my page that you can like me at, or the page that all my friends hang out on. Either way, you're my friend if you like me, obviously, or if you befriend me, or if you subscribe, or if you tell other people to do the same, because I like doing this for a good audience, a big audience. I like people listening to what I have to say, and more importantly, I love feedback. So again, if you have questions, feel free to send them my way. If I get nothing else, next week I'll talk about Chronicle, I'll talk about the Super Bowl, I'll talk about what I saw on Raw, SmackDown, what I saw on Impact, what I saw in Ring of Honor. I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about what else I'm watching, games I'm playing, video games, like just wrapping up Saints Row the 3rd, and also Infamous 2. I'm a little behind, but hey, it's okay. I beat Arkham City. Yay. But I will close this out by saying, as always, stay cool, stay sexy, stay classy. I appreciate all of you, and you're all of that because you support and you visit regularly, and you love it, and you do to mark out, but above all else, you come and visit the Lucha Lounge. Later!